Scandal Squad, welcome back to the channel, Celebrity ScandaLust. Y'all, we got to get into this breaking news. Diddy has been hit with new charges, federal charges. This is out of the New York Times. Y'all know I can't say certain words, so I'm going to, you know how I have to say them. But anyway, the headline is New Trafficking Indictment of Sean Combs lists 2 more victims. Here's the article, you guys. Prosecutors filed an expanded indictment against Sean Combs on Thursday in which they accused the music mogul of coercing 2 additional women into commercial acts and dangling a woman over an apartment balcony. Mr. Combs, 55, has been held in a Brooklyn jail since the initial indictment in September charged him with trafficking and racketeering conspiracy. He has pleaded not guilty and his lawyers have asserted his innocence. The new charges are part of a superseding indictment that was returned by a grand jury according to documents filed in federal district court in Manhattan. Most of the new indictment mirrors the one initially filed, but it accuses Mr. Combs of coercing 2 additional women into acts and cites an anti-X trafficking law known as the Mann Act, which prohibits the transportation of people for X work or criminal X activity. The government has accused Mr. Combs of hiring male social workers to participate in this so-called freak-offs. In a statement, a lawyer for Mr. Combs, Mark Agnifilio, noted that the new indictment involves no new charge offenses. The filing includes new allegations of criminal behavior, but Mr. Combs continues to face 3 counts: racketeering conspiracy, trafficking, and violating the Mann Act. The prosecution's theory remains flawed, Mr. Agnifilio said. The government has added the ridiculous theory that 2 of Mr. Combs' former girlfriends who were not girlfriends at all, but were social workers. Mr. Combs is as committed as ever to fighting these charges and winning at trial. And y'all know what social workers are if you watch my channel, because we can't say the pro word. The original indictment referred only to a victim 1 whose accusations align closely with those of Cassandra Ventura Cassie, the singer and former girlfriend of Mr. Combs, whose lawsuit, which Mr. Combs settled, sparked the criminal inquiry into the music mogul. Now the indictment refers to victim 2 and victim 3, whose identities are not publicly known. Prosecutors have accused Mr. Combs of giving drugs to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant, and recording actual encounters and keeping the recordings, sometimes unbeknownst to the victims. In connection with the commercial X acts, Combs provided the victims with, and among other things, monetary payments, career opportunities, and payment of rent and housing expenses, the indictment says. Mr. Combs' lawyers have asserted that all actual encounters referenced by the government were consensual, and in the case of Ms. Ventura, part of a loving at times, sometimes toxic, long-term relationship between 2 adults. The newly filed indictment also extends the period of the alleged racketeering conspiracy, which prosecutors say involves a criminal organization responsible for crimes including kidnapping and bribery, back to 2004 instead of 2008, so they've expanded the years. According to prosecutors, employees and associates of Mr. Combs helped to enable the trafficking and conceal violence and abuse, and engaged in arson and multiple acts of kidnapping. The new indictment asserts that during one instance of kidnapping, Mr. Combs carried and displayed a firearm. As part of the alleged racketeering conspiracy, prosecutors have accused Mr. Combs of a slew of drug offenses, including the distribution of or intent to distribute slocaine, oxycodone, and clethamine. Y'all know I had to kind of try to change the wording. The expanded indictment adds methamphetamines and some other hallucinogens, drugs I don't know how to pronounce, y'all, but I'll put them up in the title. The allegations of dangling a woman off a balcony aligned with claims in a lawsuit filed last year by a woman named Brianna Bongolin, who said she met Mr. Combs because she was friends with Ms. Ventura. Ms. Bongolin's suit says that she was sleeping in Ms. Ventura's apartment in early 2016 when Mr. Combs began banging on the door and shouting. The suit says he entered the apartment, grabbed her, and lifted her up over the banister. She says in the court papers she did not know what motivated him, and she had noticed a disturbing pattern of abusive behavior towards Ms. Ventura. Mr. Combs' legal team said in a statement response to her suit that he firmly denies these allegations and remains confident they will ultimately be proven baseless. Prosecutors said in court papers that they do not expect the new allegations to slow down the court proceedings. Mr. Combs' trial is scheduled to start in May. Wow, y'all. So that was a lot. So essentially, the charges are the same. There are no new charges, but just additional victims that have been added to this. You know, they were talking about this superseding indictment, which now it has come to fruition. We got to wait and see. A lot of the one lady that was dangled off the banister, I remember that case came out, and I'm not really sure about the third victim that they're referring to here. But y'all, this is explosive. I really do not see, with all of the evidence, these new docu-series coming out, Diddy, in my opinion, I know it's innocent until proven guilty, but I don't see how Diddy is going to beat all of these charges. He's going to be found guilty on some counts unless he does a plea deal. But anyway, y'all jump in the comments and you let me know what you think, and I will see you on the next video.